Hiya guys, just let me know if anybody's watching and comment. Ten people watching, can't see no comments. Why can I never see no comments? Oh, there's one comment. Hiya Ailey, thank you very much. Thank you. How we doing, guys? Are we alright? Hiya Sarah. Hiya Christine. Hiya Darren. Hiya Janine. We all good? I was going to be investigating ghost hunting tonight, but weather just ridiculous, innit? Weather. You can't do it outside when it's like this. And the location I have got planned is it's an outdoor one, so you can't really do it in this weather. Hiya Craig. Keen says hi. Hiya Keen. Hello John, Carol, are we ever? Yeah, I thought I'd come on Craig, you know how it is. Have a bit of a talk for about an hour or so. Like I said, to let you know that there will be an investigation this week, like I've been planning, but this weather's no good at all. This weather is absolutely no good. Canada is watching me, that's what I want to see. Tracy. I'm feeling okay, I'm feeling alright. I'm feeling good, feeling positive. Feeling good. I'm just fed up with this weather, you know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm bored. I'm bored of this weather. I'm bored of it. Bored to death. I just want to get my phone's not charging. My other phone's not charging, and I just want to get it charged so I can share the stream on my own page. Well, that's good, Diane. I hope you enjoy what you see. There's plenty of people out there doing it. Oklahoma, yeah. The world is going to bits, Steve. World is falling to bits. There's sandstorms in places where they don't have sandstorms. The world is falling around us. There's a virus going around killing everybody. Armageddon is upon us. No experiment really tonight, Callum. I'm not going to be on all that long, in all honesty. Just for a chat and just to see how you guys are doing. I know I've not been on for a long time, and it's just to see who we've got. Evening, Julie. Yeah, tarot cards. Yeah, they're a good thing. People like watching that. Oh, for fuck's sake! Leave it. That phone's dying all the time. It's broke. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on and just have a chat with you guys and see who's on and things like that, and that. just wanting you to ask you a few questions, and just generally interact with you. If the connection keeps dropping, just refresh your page. I'll still be here. I'm still here. Just right. Is it charging? Only me can purchase a broke iPhone. You know, I bought an iPhone off eBay, you know, like as a spare to, like, you know, so, you know, in case my other one battery dies on my one of them, and I need another phone, so I bought like an iPhone 6S on eBay, and like just stopped working right now as when I need it. So it's okay, so we'll start. So my question to you right now is, now tell me, I'll say that again, what is a ghost? Somebody explain to me, I'm an alien, what's fell on Earth is. So you guys can tell me. Explain to me in your own words. I tell you what, John, I regret going from Android to Apple, because when I want to connect my Apple phone to my Windows 10 laptop, all the phone is doing is battling with the laptop for it to not to work. The software on the phone is battling the software, the Windows software. Not so they just want an Android phone. I could just plug it in, bam, and it's done straight away. I'd have no problem. On an Apple phone, I want to drag a video off the Apple phone onto my Windows 10 laptop, and it just won't do it. The softwares are just battling with each other all the time. You're just like, no, you can't do that. No, has to be a Mac. A ghost is a spirit that's gone lost, grounded, and to the earthly plane. So a spirit. Does people think that we all will be ghosts? Do we think that might be a possibility? When we all die, are we ghosts? A person who's got unfinished business on this earth, or someone doesn't know they are dead. I like it, Darren, I like it. Do we think it's our choice? Is it our choice to be a ghost, or cross over, or go anywhere we need to be, or do we have a choice just to pass and be finished with? You know, when we die, are we done? You know, interesting. Your best weight, Linda, Android. You might as well have. Keep Android. I just regret having an iPhone. I really regret having an iPhone, because I just cannot. It's a good phone and it works and it's functional. It's all right, but I can't have. You know, I can't. Nightmare. So people are thinking that, like, close eye, people have got, so people are saying that maybe we've got a choice to stay here, and we want to watch over loved ones and things like that. But my question to you is, are we all guaranteed to be a ghost when we pass? I've got a lot of comments coming through saying you think we have unfinished business, things like that. Some people say that this mug's quite fitting for me. Might be backwards on your screen. I love how the dominant conversation is Android and iPhone. Let's just talk about technology. Darren Ross, or do you think a ghost could be a glitch in the simulation theory? Maybe we're not. Maybe this what we're seeing around us is not real. You know, maybe all this. What's Catherine? I lost my dad and brother, and I know that they're around me. And can I ask Catherine how you know that they're around you? You know, or did they leave you? Is there little things happening in your house? Is there little are these people leaving a sign that they're there for you? Catherine Cross, have any of you seen a ghost? Well, me personally, I think I've captured weird things. I would never say that I've categorically, yes, I found a ghost, but I found some very, very questionable things, very interesting things. But I would not say that it's like, bang, yeah, I've seen a ghost. I'll talk about it a little bit later. Deep on this subject. If anyone is on to post this on live onto my group, I was going to do it myself, but this phone is... yeah. So, let's have a look at this. Has anyone seen this book before? I received this as a Christmas gift. Not last year, the year before. Let's have a little look. Matthew did stand up last night for the first time. She's fine. Of course you can. Just let me know what her name is. I'm not unsure what her name is. And she's a stand-up comedian, yeah? Go check out Matthew as well. He's a really funny guy. Really, does comedic sketches and things like that. Funny, Yeah, so we've got this book, Ghosts and the Paranormal. So let's see what Ghosts and the Paranormal book has got to say. What a ghost is. Who was it by? It's got an interesting. That's good. That's good. Yeah, just refresh, guys, if it keeps glitching. Good connection. I'm still here. Contents. Page 4. Ghosts and the Paranormal. Okay. That's page 6. Right, so the first page we've got is a section called Haunted Locations. Wherever human beings have lived and died, there is the possibility of seeing a ghost, a spirit unable to make a clean break between the world and the other side. So this is what we've been talking about, the other side. Some haunted locations are private homes. Others are open spaces, but wherever we go, we might not be alone. So basically the book is saying that a ghost could be anywhere we go. In this room, a ghost could be stood right here with me, you know. The book, Diane, is called Ghosts and the Paranormal. I believe you can get it, well, it was in the works or something like that. A shop here in the UK. So we might not be alone. So and then it jumps on to hotels are special places providing a home away from home where we can be pampered a little perhaps and have a break from everyday reality. We hope to receive a warm welcome and be made feel important. Some hotels, however, seem to harbour some extra less welcome guests. So why do we think a hotel is haunted? Why would a hotel... Is a spirit wanting to stay in this hotel forever? It's got a picture of the Stanley Hotel. Chelsea Hotel. And that's in New York, isn't it? Chelsea Hotel. So, some hotels have some harbour. Canada. Tracy. It's in Canada. The Empress Hotel in Victoria. British Columbia. It has hosted royalty and celebrities, but also the dubious honour of being one of the most haunted buildings in the country. At the turn of the 20th century, the hotel's architect was Francis Rottenbury, and it seemed to be cannot quite leave his creation. So basically, the guy has built the hotel, he's designed the hotel, and he's staying there, and he will not. He's staying at the hotel, and that's that. So hotels. So what we're thinking that hotels are places, fun places where people go, you know, they loved it there and they want to stay there and they can be there forever, you know. Maybe there's people as ghosts and they don't really want to cause a scene about it. They don't want to really, they're just happy to be where they are. But then again, are all ghosts intelligent? Can all ghosts hear for themselves? Can they, you know, do they have a conscience? Do they think? Do they have a decision to make? So hotels, that is a haunted location. And then we've got private homes. So that could be like your home, you know, places where people have lived many, you know. Just think about your house at home where you're living. If, you know, some of these homes are over 100 years old. These places, I mean, do you know the history of your home? Do you know who was in it before you? Do you know if anybody died before you? Yes, Amanda, yes, I'm hoping to do, it's just a bit awkward. The only thing what stops us from doing it is that I'm in South Yorkshire and he's in West Yorkshire. So it's a little bit difficult to try and get when we can get both free and things like that. And definitely it'll be one day. There'll be definitely one day. Definitely. Our home should be a place of refuge, the safe place we can retreat to for joy and for peace. So when a home becomes a focus of paranormal activity, it can be truly terrifying. So, is anybody's house haunted? Anybody who's watching this? Or do you think your house is haunted? Yep. Okay then, Tracy. Do you want to tell? Do you want to explain what you think is haunted? It's all family. So a lot of people are thinking that the people that are, the spirits who are haunting, haunting, is that a negative thing, I don't think, if it's family, why would they be trying to scare you to death, you know what I mean? They wouldn't want to do that, would they? They'd want to, Carla lived in a haunted house, my house now, I've got passing through folk and animals. I suppose if you are sensitive to that side, you could identify. I'm not really sensitive. I can't feel anything, any spirits around me or anything like that. I don't say that I feel that is I can contact spirits physically or anything like that. I use devices what people tell me work. Well, have a good chance or probability to work. So let's have a look what Tracy says. First, it's my great uncle, which has been seen by many. They never scare me, but tells me when his, does that say sword needs cleaning? I believe it, Tracy, I believe it. Sensitive since you were 5. Some people are children, especially children. I believe a child could be sensitive and lose that ability as they get older, as they get told that the real world is this and there's no such thing as ghosts and there's none this, blah, 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 and then they lose that ability because everybody's telling them as you get older that a ghost is no such thing as a ghost and such, so it's interesting. But yeah, it's a key thing. It's a key thing that a lot of people are saying that they feel it's family around them. That's interesting. Nobody so far has said, "Oh yeah, it's a guy in my home haunting me, but I have no idea who he is." It's family, you see. What else we got? Got some more private homes. Here we go. The famous one. The Amityville. Let's have a look. The Amityville, Long Island. So what do people think about what do people think about the Amityville? Do we think it was a hoax? Do we think it was real? I personally think that was real. The guy what killed all his family and that before the Lutz. It was the Lutz family, weren't it, afterwards? So Tracy, I also got told my granddad had committed suicide even what time the ambulance got there, bugging me, and it all come out to be true. That well, do you know what I mean? It's what other evidence do you need than that, Yeah, if the live keeps dropping, just keep refreshing. It's bit of a bad connection. Yeah, so Catherine is thinking that the Amityville is real. But do we think that that families are still having activity in that home, or are they getting activity and they don't really want to say? Yeah, John. I believe that there's a big publicity thing about it. I believe that the Lutz family would have made millions. Well, I don't know. Don't quote me on it, but it would have made some kind of income from that film. But the story is so good, you know. The story is just so. It's just interesting. It's good. I like it. Has anybody seen all the films they keep making of it? Like, there's about 10, 15 films of and when you watch the film, it's got nothing to do with the house. It's called The Amityville Dollhouse, and you watch it and it's got nothing to do with a dollhouse. Well, it's about a dollhouse, but it's got nothing to do with the Amityville house. "30 East Drive," Darren, was interesting. Very quiet. Nothing really happened until about 12 o'clock at night. And when it got about 1 a.m, 12 o'clock, and weird things started happening, you know. I'm not going to say it's spirits or whatever like that, but very strange things are happening in that house. And the energy in the house kind of got heavy and it got weird, and in 30 East Drive, every time you went into a room, something had changed from where you were previously. So, you know, you could argue, well, there was more than yourself there and things like that. Yes, you could argue. That is a value. That, you know, you could argue that, yeah. But the people I was with, I don't think that they are wanting to. They are just as passionate as I am. So they wouldn't be just trying to, you know, things like that. But interesting. Let's see if 30 East Drive's in this book. You'd think so, wouldn't you? That Enfield haunting is that Enfield in London. That was that's it. Especially when the little girl is talking in that old man's voice. Scares me to death. I'm sure you're all familiar. Yeah, the camera shadow when we was just filming the doll, like a static camera on the doll, and then that zoom, like a shadow zooms past. Weird. Have you heard of the island of dolls in Mexico? It's just an island, like full of dolls. And it's weird. I'd love it. I'd love it on there. I'd love it. I really would. Right, poltergeists. This is, we're on to a new chapter. A poltergeist is a very distinctive kind of ghost. Poltergeists can be Is this a reflection of violent life or death? Certainly living with a poltergeist can be hellish and utterly terrifying. In the 30 East Drive, don't they say that there's a poltergeist in that house. There we go. Well, we've got 30 East Drive in this book. Straight off the bat, we're talking about poltergeists, and here we go. Another feature of poltergeists is that they often appear in very ordinary houses, not historic places like castles. For them, one of the most terrifying cases of poltergeist haunting was on the ordinary street in Yorkshire, number 30 East Drive, Pontefract, stood close to the site of the old town gallows. In the 1960s, it was the home of the Pritchard family. One afternoon, puddles of water began appearing in the kitchen floor. The water board came to investigate. They could not find cause, but the water kept on appearing. Later that evening, Philip Pritchard and his grandmother watched in horror as sugar and tea was thrown around by nobody visible. The lights came on in the hall and potted plant made its way up the stairs. Back in the kitchen, the crockery cupboard began to clatter uncontrollably, and for some strange reason the pair of them decided to go to bed, only to find the chest of drawers swaying in the corner. Yeah, so there's a very, very powerful entity, and it can lift things, and it can attack people and things like that. Very, very angry. What is it though? What is this poltergeist? They say it's a monk, don't they? A monk, but why? What is it enjoying? Is it enjoying doing what it's doing? I don't think that poltergeist, this dark entity, is still there. I don't think it is. I think that there's something. I think that this may have gone. I think that somebody may have blessed this home at some point and got rid of this dark entity. But I do believe childlike being, is still there. Well, they say evil entities and that thing can act as children. I don't think that this poltergeist is wanting to attack everybody, and but there's definitely something there. Definitely, I don't know what, I don't know who, but there's something like that likes to play around. It's like, say, when I was in the a lot of the incidents at 30 East Drive when I was there was happening when the cameras was off. Not recording, very strange. Like the camera wasn't happening when it's like they know that the camera's growing and they don't want to do it. I was sat on the bed upstairs, and I was just looking at my phone, just having a time out, just looking at my phone, looking at Facebook, things like that. And then in corner of my eye, I look, and then there's a marble just on the bed next to me. It wasn't there before, and I don't know where this marble had come from, but there was just this marble. I mean, we've seen marbles. The marbles was on the floor in two of the bedrooms. It was on the floor in the in the back bedroom, and in the side bedroom it was on the floor, but none of them was on the bed. And it really freaked me out why just this one marble had just been plonked next to me on this bed, and it wasn't there before. I'm almost certain it wasn't there before. That freaked me out a little bit. And they say that in that house it is marbles they throw and move and things like that. When they returned, the activity stopped abruptly, all quiet for 2 years, but it began again. This time, Diane Pritchard, their daughter, was the target. On the occasion, she was thrown from her bed in the middle of the night. Another time, she was dragged upstairs by her throat. Who knows why the family did not flee? A concerned family member doused holy water through the house, whereupon the spirit painted upside down crucifixes on the walls and on the doors. Only where this tortured ghost finally appeared did these horrendous manifestations stop. Mr. and Mrs. Pritchard finally saw the figure, a hooded monk, in their bedroom. In the 16th century, a monk was hanged at the nearby gallows for the murder of the local girl. This seems to be the source of the malevolent poltergeist. Monks and their hauntings. It seems to be that they, for whatever reason. This is a good one. Disneyland ghosts. A place of fun and entertainment which brings happiness to thousands of children and their families every year. It's not the kind of place you would expect to be haunted, yet Disneyland has more ghost stories associated with than any other tourist attraction. Disneyland. On the other hand, if you're going to build a haunted mansion, what do you expect? Several ghosts are seen regularly here by staffs and visitors. And so, Disneyland, it's a place where kids love, and it's a favourite place. Maybe it's children, just wanting, when they pass and things like that, maybe they're wanting to stay at Disneyland, as daft as it sounds, Maybe these people are just reliving the rides over and over. Not physically enjoying the rides, but maybe just keep a record playing, that's all they know. Yeah, I don't know. I could be talking absolute garbage. Good book, this. If you can get your hands on it, I'll show you again. It's this. A lot of talks about, a lot of hauntings, like the famous hauntings. It's talking about Shakespeare time ghosts, Phantom Hitchhiker. Right, so they're ghosts and things like that, and we talked about that. But I've been watching a lot of programmes at late, documentaries and things like that, and it's a little bit off topic. Well, it's totally off topic. But I've been watching a lot of documentaries about Bigfoot. I'm a big interest in Bigfoot, and is there anybody out there what believes that Bigfoot is still there, or is it still real, or is any big believers in that theory? Let me know. I believe personally that there was a species of Bigfoot. I don't think there is one now, but I believe that there has been, and it's just become extinct over time. I don't think, if there is a community of Bigfoot, I don't think that there's a lot of them. Hi again, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on, Tracy. Thanks for sharing your stories. On this documentary, and what they say, Bigfoot is in North America, say Canada, and that far, Washington and that kind of area. That area has woodland, thousands and thousands of miles wide. There's places in that woodland which haven't been explored. It's that big. Nobody has actually mapped it all out or anything in that woodland. They say that there's been 60 aircrafts gone down into that woodland, and they've never been recovered. never. So you imagine if you can't find an aircraft which has come down from the sky, how are you going to find a moving needle in a haystack? Something that keeps moving. You know? How is that possible? And why is all these people what's seeing the Bigfoot are all they, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it, the hairy man or, whatever, are they all lying? Are all these people, are they lying about their experiences? I mean, like me personally, if I were like in like North American woodland and I saw something like that, I'd feel crazy. I'd feel crazy if I were in a room and I saw somebody appear and manifest in front of me. I'd feel crazy telling anybody about it. I don't think there'd be anything to gain I'd want people to believe me, obviously, but it's crazy. So that is that as a paranormal aspect. I mean, I'm not going to go down to my local woods where I am and start looking for Bigfoot or anything. It's far from it. I know that. Maybe, who knows? Maybe. I doubt it, but I wouldn't. But you'd want to go to where all the hotspot, where all these sightings have been seen. And I love watching documentaries and I love watching expeditions into things like into cryptozoology and things like that. Carla Will, what's your opinion on the Bermuda Triangle? It's interesting. Maybe it's just a coincidence though. All the aircraft seem to be going down in this one spot, and maybe it could. I don't know. I'm not really looked into that as such. But I'd never say never to these paranormal claims. I would never. If somebody said to me, Phil, just seen a ghost here, and I'm a bit freaked out, I would never turn around and say, oh, you're talking bollocks, mate. No way. Not doing. I'll just be like, okay, yeah. Well, we'll listen to it. We'll talk and see what we can do and see what we'll be rational about it, and things like that. We'll see what it could be. Aliens as well. I'm old. I don't know why I'm holding a skull. It's not a real skull, by the way. It's not. I'm not killing people and keeping the skulls or anything like that. It's aliens. Yeah, it's I think I mean I've been outside on a clear night, just minding my own business. Say just letting dogs go out at night, and I've looked up and I've seen something zoom across the sky, disappear, then zoom across the sky again, and and it's not playing, because when it's a plane, because it's blinking slowly, and a shooting star would just go and disappear, and it'd just be in a straight line. It wouldn't just go zoom, circle, and zoom. It could. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But if anyone's out there what's what's convinced that they've seen a UFO, or really got up close to one, let me know, and we'll talk. This is an interesting book. This was written in, let's just find. It's not an original copy, but so this copy is 1992 But the book is literally from the 1920s, was originally written. 1920s. Where do I find out where it was first published? Yeah, so the person what wrote it was born 1880 to 1948. So it's an old book. Montague Summers. I want to find when it was first published, and it doesn't say. Now, the language in this book is fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant. The language it's written in. So we've got chapter 1, The Witch, Heretic, and Antichrist. Or Antichrist. N-A. So it's the Antichrist. A sorcerer is one who, by commerce with the devil, has a full intention of attending it with his own ends. With these words, the profoundly, the language in this book is, it's brilliant. I've tried to read this book on many occasions and it gives me an headache because the language is just not for an uneducated person. The whole tremendous subject of witchcraft, especially as revealed in its multifold and remarkable manifestations throughout every district of southern and western Europe from middle to the 13th until the dawn of the 18th century, as it would seem in recent times seldom, if ever, been candidly and fairly examined. The only sound source of information, the contemporary records, the meticulously detailed legal reports of the actual trials, the vast mass of pamphlets which give eyewitnesses accounts of individual witches and reproduce evidence as told in court, and all of above. Do we know if witchcraft is still an illegal thing? Is it still like is it a banned practice or anything like that? If anybody knows, let me know. I think it was 1960, wasn't it? The last person. Got hung or arrested or for practicing witchcraft, the occult. Will this phone work? It's been a slack performance from the iPhone 6S. I think it is a problem with the battery port. I think the charging port. It's just got bullshit. Magic. I don't think it is. There's quite a few groups on Facebook. I believe that. I'm sure I read the other day that the last person that got arrested or got killed or something or practicing witchcraft was in the 60s. But I know there's a lot. I know there's people like practicing witches and things like that still out there now, and they are very vocal about it. Kelly, good morning. How is New Zealand this morning? Is it apocalyptic like the UK? Is any random sandstorms happening or any strange weather conditions happening that normally wouldn't happen? So say if I was to now start practicing, say if I just started to decide right now that I was gonna resurrect the deepest, darkest being that's out there, would that be a problem? Would somebody come in and would somebody say, no, don't do that? I'm a hedge witch. I know many witches. None of us are into the occult. I do protection in my home and banish negativity, and What would be extreme in witchcraft? What would be an extreme? I say like these political groups when they're really extreme about their political views, like attacking people, and what would be an extreme measure of witchcraft? Would sacrificing somebody? Would that be an extreme? Would that would like actually a human sacrifice? Say if you're reading about a certain devil and you believe that this thing needs a human sacrifice. There's a good film out there called Hereditary. A lot of people really hate that film and really say it's not scary, and it's not, and when in theory it's the most scariest film that's ever been made. Just because it hasn't got any jump scares in it and it's not constantly trying to make you jump or anything like that, that film approaches itself as like, whoa, this is weird. I'm not going to spoil it, but that is pretty much about what I'm talking about here, about sacrificing and things like that for like what somebody is like a higher being, like they're trying to resurrect like a satanic figure again, through another human being. Like basically they're a cult and they pick somebody and they're like, yeah, he's a worthy vessel to be possessed by this guy, this devil, Satanist kind of guy. It's a good film. It's a good film. Don't expect jump scares. Don't expect it to be gory, blood in it, and things like that. It's a very different horror film, and it's like there's scenes where like people will be in a room and they'll just not say anything. Like they'll just sit in a room. And the atmosphere's creepy and it's weird, and and it just like if you've been watching the film, it kind of like just, and the story, and they just let the story hang in the air, hang in the like they let the story tell itself. It's a good film. Hereditary. Watch that. Good film. Phil Sinclair's Seal, and I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I am a very a knowledgeable horror film fanatic. There's not many horror films I don't know about. There's not many genres of horror films I don't know about. I've seen a lot of horror films in my time. I've seen some really... the most disturbing horror film I think I've ever seen is it's a French film called Martyrs. Basically it's just a group of people who are just taking like girls up the street, and their aim is to see what a person sees when before they die, and they want to know. So what they're doing is that they're kidnapping these girls, and they're absolutely brutalizing these women to the point of death, to the last breath. And then what they do quickly is that they start like reviving them, like try and bring them back, and they're like, tell us what tell us what you've seen, tell us. tell us, you know, what is it you've seen, and this one girl, she doesn't see it. They keep doing all these horrible, barbaric things to her, and then at the end of the film, she gets to see, you know, what it is the person sees, like, and I think she takes the secret with her, like. I could be wrong. It's been a long time I've seen it, and there you don't need to watch that film because I've just spoiled the entire thing. And you don't need to see that film because it's disgusting and it's barbaric and it's weird, and yeah. So I've saved you some hard time. It's definitely not a film to sit with the popcorn with the family around or anything like that. It's I don't even know how it got made. I really don't even know how a film like that gets made. I don't even know how you would pitch a film like that to somebody and go, oh yeah, we'll make that film. Yeah, oh, there's money in that. People will watch that. Just describe it to me again. Just give me the script, what this film is. Oh yeah, that's a brilliant film. We'll make that. We'll make that. Here's some money. We'll make that. I've never watched it again. I watched it once and I was like, wow. Weird. Some witches are pagan and Wiccan, and I'm an ex-Catholic, so I do have some faith. I believe God and Jesus, but I follow my own path. Well, you have to, Amanda, don't you? We all have to follow our own path. We all have our own faith and what we believe. It's what we can. It's all we can do. It's all we can do. You know. It's all been good, yes. So basically, I just wanted to come on this stream and just say that, like, look, you know, I wanted to go out tonight, but the weather is, no, it's not good. But I will be out this week. I'm going to be out this week, and I've got a good location. I know where I'm going. I'll keep streaming for a little bit longer. I'll go for about another half an hour or so. I'll keep the stream going alive. We'll talk. I don't want to be boring everybody to death. So, you know, if you are enjoying this, let me know, because I am feeling I'm not going nowhere yet, Darren. I'm going to stay. I thought it was later than what it is, but it isn't. It's still early. Not going yet. But if you guys want to keep jumping in the chat and you know, give a top subject to talk about and things like that, it's good. We've had a little bit of a discussion about horror films and my recommendations. If there's got any questions I'd like to ask me, within reason, I will answer them. Within reason. If it's a question I don't want to answer, then I won't answer it. Hey up, David. How you doing, pal? You alright? This book was a gift. Thank you, Carla. It's just about famous witches in the past. You know, many of them executed. Why? First question: what got me in paranormal? Yeah, quickly. I've been over this 1,000 times. Just quickly summary. Just basically, I've always liked the idea of like ghosts and the paranormal and strange happenings and things like that. And I've always enjoyed watching the TV shows and things like that. As I've gotten older, the TV shows are a bit, yeah. The TV shows, in my personal opinion, have started legitimate, but have manifested into something completely like, is this a horror film I'm watching, or is it actually a paranormal TV show? You know, is this a horror film, or am I watching? But I'm not going to mention any TV show names or anything like that. Ghost Adventures. I literally only watch Ghost Adventures as a entertainment. It's just entertainment. I like Zach Bagans. I have no problem. Zach Bagans. I'd like to meet Zach Bagans. I'd have a photo with Zach Bagans, and I think the guy's fascinating. I like how he's got this oddity, like he likes to collect oddities and things like that, and I like him. But I do think that someone like Zach Bagans, he knows the switch. It's like, nothing's happening here. Let's turn the ignition and let's make this thing. Let's make it happen. Darren, do you remember Ghostwatch from the 90s? Yeah, I know. I remember the show. I don't remember watching it as a child, because I was young in the 90s. But I do remember the show, and I do know the hosts. I do know that Stocksbridge Bypass has been on that show. No, it hasn't. That was another one. Ghostwatch was Michael Parkinson, wasn't it? Yeah, Ghostwatch was Michael Parkinson. Ghostwatch, Michael Parkinson. And what's the other one I'm thinking of? It had the guy from This Is Your Life on it. I can't even remember his name. Somebody will tell me. Yeah, but the Strange But True is the one with the Stocksbridge Bypass. But like I say, I do remember the answer to your question. Hiya, Jackie. Thank you for coming on. Amanda, do you believe in ancient Egyptian curses? Those Egyptians were crazy. Michael Aspel, thank you, David Sinclair. A very quiet David Sinclair in the shadows. Egyptian curses. So, are people telling me that ancient Egyptians, let's just get this straight, let me just get this down, let me process it. People who've got no technical advances or anything, you're telling me they built the pyramids? You're telling me that and how have we built how have they got these rocks, these massive, perfectly carved pieces of rock up thousands, hundreds of feet in the air? Explain that. They've just carried them up, have they? Right, carried them up. I watched a documentary about the pyramids, and they say that there is no debris from these rock carvings. That's the show I want to watch, Darren, Ancient Aliens. It's on Netflix. I want to watch it. Hi, John. I do, Jackie. I honestly believe that the Mayans, the ancient Egyptians, have had some kind of help from another world. That's what I think anyway. So far I've told you that Bigfoot exists. I've told you that the ancient Egyptians have had help from other beings, aliens. But there might be people out there watching this might be thinking, well, that's a bit silly, Phil, isn't it? The Egyptians made the pyramids, and that's fine. But why do these pyramids perfectly align with certain stars in the sky? Like there's like little like holes they look through in the pyramids, and like it aligns with certain stars in just, you know. And those guys knew something. They knew that there was another side. I mean, with all the preparation they did with the pharaohs and the dead and things like that, they knew something, and they knew. I mean, this in ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, they're still uncovering old pharaohs and things like that from these tombs. Like, I watched one, like what was happening live. There was like smashing the wall down, and they would literally drag this coffin out, and they opened it live on television, like smashed it open and got it open, and the guy was still in there, still in the sarcophagus. Is that what they call it? Just like laid there, like as though he'd been there 2 weeks. When he's been crazy. But what does that do from a paranormal aspect? What does that do when you're opening a coffin, sealed coffin? You know, what does that do? What does that release? What does it release? Are you then opening like some kind of portal for that person to come again? Events for another world. Yeah, definitely. I'm not trying to say that I'm an intelligent guy. I'm not trying to say that like I know everything. I don't build pyramids. Sure. What next? Like them, the death masks they used to wear, solid gold death masks. How have they made then? How does things like that get made? Solid gold death mask, all perfectly carved. Somebody must have been sanding away to create such thing. Even there's a lot to say on the drawings. Somebody's going to tell me what they're called. The carvings in the wall. There's a lot of detail about aliens and things like that in those, like things coming from the sky, and it's like there's like drawings of them all like on the floor, like looking at the sky, like welcoming something from above. Crazy. Maybe they had the Stargate. If anybody knows what I'm talking about. Maybe the Stargate might have been what's happened there. Area 51. Somebody just said something about Area 51. Area 51. Now. Area 51 is definitely something to do with aliens. No. Why is it when you approach the area are people trying to shoot you for it? What? Now the question I have to ask you with Area 51, what are they keeping people out And what are they keeping in? Is it something they're keeping in? This conversation has got pretty crazy and it's got pretty random. But I'm asking you, what are they keeping? Why are they keeping people out? And why? And what are they keeping in? Is there something they're keeping in that place? Is it something? Somebody out there knows something we don't know about. Some people out there have died with a secret. If anybody's not watched there's a documentary called Unacknowledged on Netflix. It's about 3 hours long, and basically it's got like old, like agents and things like that. What used to be, what worked for the government. Oh, and they're on there and they're saying, yeah, aliens did exist and we knew about them. We all knew. There's aircraft pilots on the show saying, yeah, we got a call saying that there's something in the sky, and we were just told to shoot it out of the sky. That's all we knew. We not got told anything about it. We just, I got a call. There's something unidentified in the sky. Can you guys go up and, cannot, like it was a choice. You guys are going to have to go up and shoot it out of the sky. And what they would have done, they'd have just blasted it out of the sky, and then they would have had people on foot go and recover what they've shot from the sky. Yeah, that guy, David. There's a show about him on Netflix as well, I watched. Do I believe in time travel? I don't. There's people out there that say there's a possibility of it, but I don't know. I don't know enough about the science behind time, and I'm not educated enough to know. I don't think that we're just going to build a machine one day and we're going to type in a year and then we go back to that year. I don't think that'll be the case. I just think that. I don't know. I ain't got an answer. I can't give an answer for that. Like I say, I'm not an educated enough guy to answer time travel. I reckon Area 51 is a show about UFO drawing attention away from a different base. Maybe so. So Area 51 is kind of like a decoy. Let's make people think that there's aliens here, and then somewhere else we'll be doing the. I mean, how arrogant are we as a race to think, yeah, we are the only beings on this planet, in this space, in space. We're the only people, things. Of course. When the truth is we are aliens ourselves. That's the truth. We wasn't just on this planet. It was brought down from a meteor, a germ, come down, a germ which wiped the dinosaurs out, and we evolved from there. I'm not going crazy. I don't need sectioning. I like to believe that time travel will be possible. There are some photos showing us things out there at time period, like a mobile phone and Kennedy assassination. Definitely the own government did that. Nobody's just assassinated him. Somebody wanted him out and they got him out. And that is that, and some poor guy took the rap for that. They'll have researched the guy. They were like, who can we pin this on? Who's clever and who has got a background in this kind of thing? Blah 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 blah. And be like, all right, yeah, let's just blame him. Or on the other side of the coin, it might have just been him. It might have just been him. We don't know. We wasn't there. We don't know. We wasn't there. We don't know how these governments work. Interesting. It's thought provoking. Don't people that's watching this, don't question. Don't just take everything as it being what you know is. That's what you know. Okay. Just be wary about everything. Okay, and question everything. People out there are telling you things that you want to hear. So I'm not. That's all I'm going to say before I get banned off Facebook for conspiracy and riots and creating factions against the government and things like that. We don't want that. Okay, we don't want. I am not rallying up troops for an attack on the government or anything like that. I'm not. I'm not going to start releasing documents on the government and things. Amanda Joshua, I'm skeptic. Tell me more about the skepticism, Amanda. Tell me more. I notice, Amanda, that you watch a lot of these a lot of paranormal groups and things like that, and that's interesting for someone who says the skeptical. That's interesting. You're interested. I'm glad you said that because that's interesting me. I'm skeptical to a degree. So Amanda, let's go back. Yeah, there's two Amandas. Amanda Joshua. Do you not believe in ghosts completely, or is it something, or are you half and half? You think that there's something there, but there's not enough evidence to. I'm the same. I'm the same as you, Amanda. I'm the same. I'm skeptical and I'm logical. But like you say, there is things in this world we cannot explain. I've seen things with my own eyes, captured things on camera. What is very hard to explain why that has happened. Maybe there is basically what I'm saying is that there is a very hard explanation for what it is. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say it's a ghost, it's a poltergeist, it's a fucking alien, or like that. It's just a very hard piece of thing. So she said, like I had a touch on my leg in my house. Thought it was my son. I was asleep, but I say maybe I was thinking it was in. No, it might have not been in your head. It might have been somebody. My dad, he lived in a house and he was almost convinced that it was haunted. Like he used to put keys down and they'd move, and things like that in his house. He's convinced this house was haunted. But my mother is very sceptical, doesn't believe, thinks it's absolute rubbish and all that. And she said, he used to talk rubbish, her dad, he was saying it's haunted and things like that. Talks rubbish, her dad, talks not haunted and all that. Oh, but there was one moment where in bed and I felt something like pressing on my chest, and I felt pinned down in bed and by something that wasn't there. And but you know, it's not haunted or anything like that. And you know, and it's interesting. What shall we name? Somebody screenshot. So, this conversation, we started about ghosts, and then we started talking about Egyptians, and then we started talking about aliens, and then from aliens we started talking about conspiring against the government, and then we started talking about let's all rally up against the government and talking about attacking the government. We're not talking about that, obviously. I don't want to be banned off Facebook for I hear stuff, but I say the telly cooling down and the radiator's cooling down or something next door, that were all sorts of stuff. And so, so what you're doing, Amanda, is that things are happening around you and you're kind of, that's the radiators. And it probably is the radiators. And you're like, whoa, that must be, that's that. And somebody's touched my legs, so somebody's grabbed my legs or whatever, and it's got to be something. Like you need an answer like that. You need an answer for everything, you know. And sometimes we won't get an answer. Sometimes we won't get the answers we're looking for. The scientists out there which have drove themselves insane because they want to see, they want to understand space, and the truth is nobody will understand space. Nobody we don't know what we are. We don't know who we are. We don't know what. That's a fact of the matter. We don't know what we are. We're aliens ourselves. Like my question, if anybody's still hanging on and listening to this, my question to you, okay, we are alive on a planet, okay, a planet which has water, which therefore we drink, and that keeps us alive. A planet where we have food which grows out of the ground, which therefore sustains life and keeps animals alive and things like that. We have animals on the planet which therefore we can eat, and they're very healthy for us. These animals are very healthy, and they will therefore, and they keep us alive and they keep us strong and well. You know, there's ways of making, you know, concrete. There's ways of making structures from wood, from trees. There's a sun up there which gives us light, the sun therefore keeps, you know, the food, the plants to grow, but the world was a big bang. Space created by a big bang. So it's all random. It's all random. It's all from a big bang. You know, all this, it's all random. All happened at random. In space, there's a big planet called Jupiter, which protects the Earth from asteroids and any light on, you know, and things, you know, it's just there. It's just there, and it just protecting Earth from things coming from outer space, attacking us. You know, I mean, like as in like physical things, you know. maybe the planets had life on them at one time in or other. Maybe space is just infinite, you know. Maybe certain planets is this world we are on. When the sun dies, this world will just be desolate. It'll just be dust and sand. That is all that what will be left. Just like we will be. And all that will be left of us is just memories. Well, we won't be remembered, will we? Because we'll be gone. How cheerful has this got? How cheerful has this got? Let's keep this cheerful momentum going. Let's keep these 10 viewers entertained. Let's keep the 10 viewers going. But like I say, I've enjoyed people has come on tonight and people has been interactive. I don't mean to be like saying 10 viewers to be in sarcastic manner or anything like that. I appreciate every single one of you. Tonight hasn't been a ghost hunt, but there will be one this week. There will be one this week coming, but I can't go out ghost hunting in this outside location I want to go to. I can't go and in like catch EVPs and things like that in this kind of this weather, because it's just not going to happen. But I thought it's been a long time since I've been on. I thought I'd pop on and have a chat and see if people are still there, still interested and things like that. I am now going to go and watch EastEnders, because EastEnders is quite gripping at the moment. I am really thoroughly enjoying it. Phil Mitchell is the greatest actor of all time. Steve McFadden is absolutely brilliant. But we will be back, Amanda. Thank you for coming on and talking. Nobody needs to feel embarrassed about anything. What they need to say, as silly as you may think it may sound, just say it. You are not judged here. Worse things have been said, so don't worry about it. And it's all good stuff. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll leave you to enjoy your evenings. Okay. See you later. Bye bye.